Follow the show on Facebook, facebook.com/The Marc Cox Show.
One foot on the brake and one on the gas.
But she says she soon saw traits she describes as disturbing emerge.
He used to sell knives out of his lunchbox, which I thought was insane because you can't have knives. This is a school. He's like, hey guys, want some knives?
As for those haunting social media posts,
he would talk about how he sympathized with Syrian terrorists and that people who oppose them should be killed. He posted pictures of 15 or more firearms just on his bed. This was normal. You could even see a hamper in the background. That's how how ordinary this was to him. He talked about killing our parents, our friends, boyfriends, and girlfriends.
Lopez says Cruz would follow her after school. She says she and her friends reported their concerns to school officials multiple times between 2016 and 2017. Broward County Schools has not yet responded to ABC News when asked about her claims.
So that's the part of the ABC News report from this young lady who said that she was so concerned about this guy and what he talked about. She went to school officials in 2016 and 2017. So over the last 2 years, and now he did eventually get kicked out of school. Right. But at what point do school officials have a responsibility here? That's my question. If they got that many warnings, what are they going to claim? Well, he was a minor and we couldn't share that information with anybody. Well, you better start sharing that information. The military has to share that information. You should have to share that information.
Well, maybe they just wanted to keep the school a safe space and politically correct, and we don't want to make him angry.
That's part of the problem that we've got here.
Everybody's got to get along.
Let me get to a couple of these phone calls that I got on here. Chris, folks wanting to
to
talk about this. Eric, you're on the radio. Go ahead.
Hey, thanks. First of all, you have the best guest hosts in the industry.
Oh, well, thank you. I would agree.
Thank you, sir.
Now, as far as this database situation goes, it's completely independent as far as I know. All of the people that know the information, whether it's the police, the psychologists, the school administrators, they're all professionals. Why can't we allow them to report to that database? If it's an exempting thing, obviously, that would be identified as this person is exempt. But even if it's not, there's no gun dealer in this country that wants to sell a gun to this idiot. If we just had those reported to the database, and when they went to look it up, they said, well, you've had this contact, this issue, they wouldn't sell him the gun. And then they are independently accountable because if you had 20 flags in somebody's file, say, why did you sell this fool a gun? That creates accountability and sensibility.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, although I think it would probably need to be something a little more formal than that, wouldn't it? It can't just be a psychiatrist or a school counselor reporting that, little Johnny got in a fist fight and we expelled him for 2 weeks. It's going to have to be something. Well, somebody's got to determine what those parameters are.
Mark and standard, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
If I can jump the shark for just a second, with what's going on, and I'm going to your predecessor show, for example, Trump. They said that they're not going to let the FBI go over after his previous business with the German bank or what happened in the casino and what have you. From what I see online, you got 42, 43% of the people that are cheering this, not only against the NRA and guns, but against Trump, against conservatives, Republicans, what have you. So we might have a problem.
Yeah. No. Eric, thank you for the call.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Let me get to a couple more calls here. Don, you're on the radio.
Yeah, I am 80 years old, and I've owned guns for about 40 years. I've been squirrel hunting, turkey hunting, deer hunting, but I've never hunted people. I bought my first pistol back in the 70s, and I went through a procedure which I had no problem with at the time, and I don't know why they eliminated it. I had lived in 2 other states because of my job. So when I went to buy a pistol, I had to go to the sheriff's department locally. They did a 10-year background check on me with the police departments in the other 2 states. I had to have a character letter of reference from my employer, and then I also had to prove that I was a registered voter. Once I had all that information, the sheriff's department issued a letter to the seller to sell me the gun. I had to give that to the seller. The seller filled in the information on the gun, the serial number, and what have you, and then turn that into the sheriff's department, and I was issued a permit. I'm not currently in favor, honestly, of the bump stock thing. I'm not sure I understand why that would be necessary for a sportsman or a hunter.
No, I agree.
And I also don't understand why they eliminated the concealed carry licensing or the training that's required. The training isn't really all that difficult. If anything, I think they ought to expand it a little bit. But it just seems like, we've gone the opposite way. I had no problem going through this procedure at all, and it took about 3 weeks. And if I couldn't wait 3 weeks, then there's something wrong. I also think that something should be thought about that automatically, if someone is caught with a stolen gun, I don't care if they're, whatever they're doing, if they're caught with a stolen gun, there should be some mandatory jail time.
Sure.
No excuses, no nothing.
Well, Don, thank you for that insight. I appreciate it.
Well, there's one other comment that I have to make. When we talk about the kids nowadays and some of the things that they're doing, I think the issue that a lot of people don't recognize or don't want to recognize, where in the hell is the parental guidance?
Yep. No. What is the difference between 35 years ago when I was in high school and today? What's the difference?
People aren't paying attention to what their kids are doing. They're shuffling them off, letting them play these dumb video war games, and not taking an interest, trying to keep them involved in sports.
Yes.
Or helping them along in their schooling, whatever. They're just not doing it. The kids are going out on their own, and you can't blame some of them for some of the trouble they're getting into because they're being led into it by others.
Yeah, and they've got no concerns. Don, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it.
Chris? It's very simplistic, but atheists and agnostics and secular humanists will never understand this. But when you take God out of society, you're going to have exactly what we're experiencing right now. I put it on my Facebook page today. There's a pastor named Tony Evans, and he talked about this a little bit. And he said the Bible says if you shed innocent blood, which all the abortions that we have going on, then more innocent blood will be shed. And I think that innocent blood is what we're seeing with these school massacres.
I think that's
hate
well
to get
said.
religious there for a minute.
It's true. We've taken morality and the Bible away, and I think we've suffered as a result of it. Let me get to Jason Church real quick. You got a news update for us?
No, I was actually just showing you that this is part of the problem right here for younger generations.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, there's a lack of socialization in that. The other day, I won't say when or where, but Laura and I were out to dinner. We're looking around at these tables. All the kids are sitting on their phones, no interaction whatsoever with their parents. Parents are over there chatting it up with their friends and whatnot. These kids are just sitting here with their face in their phones, and they're not talking to anybody.
And for maybe 95% of the kids, that's not going to lead to them becoming a isolated killer.
Right.
But you're right. It does mute socialization skills for a lot of people. I don't doubt that. Sitting in a dark basement playing video games all day. Where the goal is to sneak up on somebody and kill them, and you're not talking to anybody but the other people playing the game, that's a problem.
And if you're already having some mental issues already, I mean, you're going to be desensitized to that stuff. It's just common sense to me.
We've only got a couple minutes left, but I wanted to talk quickly about the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Since we have our own Black Panther in the studio here, I'm just kidding, Chris.
Wakanda forever, Chris.
Wakanda forever, baby. I've seen the movie, and Jason Church has seen the movie, but you haven't seen the movie. What's going on?
I'm the black guy in here that hasn't seen the movie.
How did that happen?
We just haven't had time to see it yet, really. But probably see it this weekend. I'm eagerly anticipating to see the movie, but I will not have any hashtags Wakanda forever or we dressing up in dashikis and lion tooths and all that stuff.
Urban leagues around the country are using this movie for voter registration drives.
I don't have a problem with that.
Well, I don't have a problem with it, but I've seen the movie. Is it really a Black Pride movie? I don't know. You got a kid that was an inner city Oakland kid who discovers that he's related to this tribe. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, and he's angry at them for not using their power for good through the years.
It's a black pride movie because African Americans don't normally see positive role models in the movies. And as I said, as a black conservative, I've never expected white liberal Hollywood to portray black people positively. But this is something that's a positive role model kind of movie, and people are getting excited about it. I get it.
It's a good movie. It's not the best Marvel movie I've seen, but you know what it is? It's fantasy, and it's a comic book character. That's all it is. There's nothing more to it than that.
Yeah.
They're really, and you would agree, right?
Oh, yeah.
Saw
Yeah,
it.
of course.
He feels the same way. And he's a big comic book fan.
Yeah.
So
The main thing is you guys are racist.
I guess so. I'm sorry. But thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, you're racist,
Chris,
man.
good to see you, my friend.
Good seeing you.
Thanks again, and thanks for filling in later this week. Appreciate that.
Right.
Quick break, 314-969-9797. We're going to talk a little bit more about, with a retired federal agent when we come back.
This hour of the Mark Cox Show brought to you by Naputi Wellness, NaputiWellnessCenter.com.
Men, are you tired of those daily blue enhancement pills that take days, weeks, or months to work, if they ever work at all? Listen up. Now you can take Red, the new natural male empowerment pill that works on demand. Even your partner will notice the difference the very first time you use it. To prove Red won't disappoint like the others, you're invited to participate in our nationwide I Take Red Partner Reaction Guarantee Trial. We're seeking participants for this nationwide trial, not only to prove it works the very first time you try it. We guarantee your partner will also notice the difference. Forget those slow-acting blue pills and join those who proudly take Red. Over 50,000 pills have already been claimed and supplies are limited. So to ensure your participation in this free nationwide trial, you must call now.
Superior virility on demand. You only need to take Red once to see what all the fuss is about. Call immediately to participate in our free nationwide trial. Call 800-588-0769. 800-588-0769. Be one of thousands to proudly say, I take Red. 800-588-0769.
At Tactical Shop, we're not a gun shop. We're a social media community with over 2.6 million fans, followers, and subscribers. We sell over 18,000 products from 300 brands like 511 and Bravo Company. We have over 200 t-shirts from Grunt Style, Ranger Up, Rogue American Apparel, and more. We sell Black Rifle Coffee, and now we carry Strike Force Energy, a healthy and highly effective alternative to energy drinks invented by a Navy SEAL. Tactical Shop, I-70 in St. Peters, and our new website, shop.tacticalshop.com.
Fad diets, magic pills, people holding up pants. If you struggle with obesity, you've seen it all. And there's no magic solution, but there is a medical solution. Weight loss surgery can help you achieve and maintain a healthy weight, and it can alleviate conditions like heart disease, sleep apnea, and more. Take the next step toward the healthier, happier, new self you deserve. The bariatrics team at DePere Hospital will be with you every step of the way. Visit mynewselfbariatrics.com to learn more.
As a small business owner, you're juggling it all.